Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Nabila. Today we will be doing a full moon yoga practice. Full moon is the time to celebrate the rewards of all the hard work that you have done till now. And it's also a really great time to let go of things that no longer serve you. If you have a little bit of restlessness in the time of the full moon, this flow will help you a lot. So we are gonna make this more of an active class today, but still we will have some longer held hip openers to ease down. Now let's begin by lying down on your back, taking a reclined butterfly pose. And you can bring one hand on the belly and the other on your heart. So the soles of your feet are together, knees are apart. If this is uncomfortable in any way for your hips or for your low back, welcome to just keep your feet flat on the mat with your knees bent. Let the shoulders relax and the eyes close. Breathing in and out through your nose. We will start this slowly in a meditative practice. So as you are in this pose, start to think over the last month, the progress that was made, accomplishments, victories. This can be in your personal life or in your professional life. Really honoring all the works that was done and celebrating those achievements. Now you can ask yourself anything that you need to let go of that no longer serves you. Again, this can be professional or personal. It can be a negative attitude or negative people. What is it that you need to let go of to amplify even more your achievements, your progress, your goals, and your dreams? And we will just be with that for a few more minutes here. Curiously, our emotions are stored in our hips. Our hip area is also associated with our sacral chakra, which processes emotions like fear, sadness, frustration, loss, and worry. As we clench and tense up when we are faced with these emotions, we lock and store them into our hips. So reclined butterfly pose is a very good posture to release those negative emotions. Now, if you inhale, feel the breath travel all the way down into your belly, then up into your chest, into your heart, exhaling out of the chest and then out of the belly. Allowing the inhale just as long as the exhale. Now lifting the hand off the belly and off the chest, just help your knees come back in towards one another. And you can widen your feet towards the edges of your mat and just let the knees drop from side to side. Very simple motions and movements. Just to release the low back and release it to the hips. Now we are going to pull our knees in towards the belly, giving them a big squeeze. Now start to curl your head and shoulders off the floor, to see if you can bring your knees towards your nose. And releasing back down. Bring your feet flat to the mat, about hip-width distance apart, sitting up for a bridge pose. So check if you are able to hold on to your heels or just touch the heels. Relax the arms. Start to press the feet into the floor, curl your tailbone up and slowly lift your hips, low back and mid back off the floor. So here, if the knees are opening up any wider than they were before, try to keep them the same hip width distance apart. Relax your arms, squeeze your glutes, keep breathing deeply in and out through your nose. Now, pressing down through all four corners of both of your feet, take one more inhale. And with exhale, gently let yourself down inch by inch. Good. Now we will make our way into our tabletop pose. So come into the center of your mat. Palms will come down to the floor. Hands are underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips. Fingers are spreading wide. Now as you inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze. And as you exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, drop the head. Now do this for a few more times at your own pace. Last one. Inhale to open and exhale to round. Now coming back to our neutral tabletop pose. Now make your way to stand up at the top of your mat and come into a ragdoll forward fold. So your feet are at least hip-width distance apart, maybe wider if you'd like to. And let the belly soften over the thighs. The arms can either dangle towards the floor. Maybe it will feel a little more comfortable to hold the opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavy, swing softly and gently. Now fingertips coming back down to the floor, bend the knee generously and slowly roll all the way up to stand, inch by inch, one vertebra at a time, until your head and shoulders lift up. Now when you are fully up, draw the shoulder blades back and breathe. It's a full moon flow, so we will go for a moon salutation now. So instead of facing forward towards the mat like we normally do, we are gonna turn to face towards the long side of our mat. Now start with your feet hip-width distance apart and on an inhale, reach your arms up overhead, palms together. Interlace your fingers, releasing your index and thumb, pointing straight up on the inhale, and with your exhale, you are going to move into your side bend. So bring your hips over the left and reach the arms over the right. So you are stretching into the left side body. Take an inhale, lift your body all the way back up and exhale over to the other side, stretching through the right side of your waist. Inhale, lift back up, and then you are gonna take a big step out with your left foot and left leg. Heels are in, toes are out, bend your both knees, bend both of your elbows. So this is your temple pose. You are trying to press the knees open a little bit wider, squeezing your shoulder blades behind you without puffing the chest forward. So keep the rib cage hugging in and you are just dropping down low. Lifting and spreading all 10 toes. Take one more breath in this pose and then press to stand. Straighten the legs and the arms. Now you are going to turn your left toes to point towards the back of your mat. Right foot parallel to the front of your mat. Hips go back. Now slide the left hand down on your left leg. Right arm goes up, triangle pose. So this full moon salutation takes a little bit more coordination. Now look wherever it feels comfortable and coming into an extended side angle. Start to bend into that left knee. Let the left fingertips come down to the floor. Reach your right arm up and over, so you are trying to find one long diagonal line from the right fingertips all the way down to your right foot. If having the fingers to the ground is a little too much, you can simply place your forearm onto your thigh. Really bending that front knee. Start to look down towards the floor now. We meet in our low lunge. So back knee lowers down, both hips and shoulders are facing towards the front of your mat. Keep your ankle underneath that knee. Let's reach the arms up overhead. Be there for a few more breaths. Lifting and looking up. And now release the fingertips back down towards the floor. Tuck the back toes, lift the back knee up. Now we meet in our wide-legged forward fold. So walk your hands to the right, both feet parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. Fold down softly. Shaking the hips once or twice. Notice all of your body weight is leaning into the heels. Try to shift it forward a little bit. 3 breaths here. Very good. Now lift and lengthen. Come up. Inhale. And then we are going to do the same sequence but reversing it to the other side. So find your low lunge at the front of your mat. So right knee is bending now and the left knee comes down. Drop your hips, inhale, arms and chest lift up. Stretching deeply into that hip flexors. Staying long through the arms. Now fingertips coming back down to the floor. Let's take our extended side angle. So curl the back toes under, lift the knee. You are gonna spin the back foot parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. Right fingertips can stay on your floor or you can bring your forearm to your thigh. Left arm up and over. So one long diagonal line from the left fingertips all the way down to your left foot. Breathe. Awesome. Now extend your left arm straight up, triangle pose. So just straighten the front leg, keeping your gaze steady to help with your balance. And breathe. Breathe one more time. Now pressing into both feet, lift on up. We'll go into the temple pose again. So heels in, toes out, bend the knees, bend the elbows. Try to drop the hips down a little bit low. Spine is nice and long, and breathe. Take one more breath in this pose. Very good. Now press to stand, straighten the legs and the arms. And now we are going to step to the left side of our mat into our mountain pose. Inhale, arms up, interlace the fingers, release the thumb and the index finger into your side bend. So send over the fingertips to the left, stretching through your right side body. Inhale, lift up and exhale to the other side. Inhale, lift and lengthen and release. Shake your hands and legs if needed. So our first moon salutation is done. Now we are going to do that flow one more time, but a little bit faster. 1 breath per movement. So your feet are hip-width distance apart. Inhale, raise your hands, interlace the fingers, exhale, bend to the left side. Inhale up and exhale, bend to the right side. Inhale, come back and go for the temple pose. Right foot steps out, heels in, toes out. Bend through your knees, drop your hips, elbows are bent. Hold for 1 breath. And then we straighten out our legs, triangle pose. So right toes pointed forward, left foot parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. Slide the right hand down, left arm goes up. Deep breath in here. Good. Extended side angle now. So bend the left leg until the fingertips come down. You can place your arms on top of your thigh as well. Extend your top arm over the ear, stretching really long through the side body. Now look down for your low lunge. Drop your left knee to the floor, so hips forward and down. Chin, chest and arms rise. 1 breath. Nice. Now moving forward to our wide-legged forward fold. So fingertips to the ground, walk your hands over towards the right, both feet parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. Fold down softly. And 1 breath. Now lift and lengthen up. Walk your hands to the back of your mat. Come to low lunge. So the left toes point forward, right knee comes down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fingers down. Go for an extended side angle. So spin your back foot parallel to the shorter edge of your mat. Left fingertips down or left arm over the right thigh. Right arm goes up and over the ear. 1 breath. Awesome. Now press into both legs as you lift up to your triangle pose. So the right arm is pointing straight up towards the sky. You can hold on to your shin for support. Breathe. Now pressing into the feet, come up into your temple pose one last time. So heels in, toes out, bend the knees. Drop the hips, elbows are bent as cactus. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Breathe. Now we are gonna step towards the front of our mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Interlace your fingers, except the thumbs and index fingers. Exhale, bend over the left side. Inhale, come back up and again exhale, bend over the other side. Inhale, come all the way up and release. Now stand up tall and just breathe for 3 times. Now inhale, arms up again and exhale, bend the elbows to your sides. Make a cactus shape with your elbows and maybe take a little bit of a back bend. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, hand to your heart center. Let's do this 2 more times. So inhale, hands up. Exhale, elbows as cactus shape. A little back bend. Inhale again up. And exhale, hands to the heart center. Once more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, cactus and bend. Inhale up. And now with your exhale, fold all the way down. Widen your legs and your feet a little bit. Take your ragdoll fold again. Maybe holding onto the opposite elbows. Just notice the heat that the flow created. And come back to those intentions that you were setting at the beginning of the class. So what do you want to honor and recognize and be proud of? And what do you want to let go of? What is holding you down, holding you back? Now with the fingers to the mat, let's come into our yogic squat, the Malasana. Heels in, toes out. Bend the knees and drop the hips. Hands together at heart center. Use your elbows to press the legs open a little bit wider. Take few breaths here. Very good, guys. Now spine is lifted and engage your core a little bit more. We are going for a boat pose now, so you can let your hips come down to the floor. Arms reach forward in front of you. Legs lift. You can keep your knees bent, core tight, suck in your belly. Take one more breath and release. Now let's go for a hip opener. We will go for a butterfly pose. So bring the soles of your feet together. Knees are open to a diamond shape. Hold your feet and inhale. Long spine, chest open, and exhale, fold. Hinge through your hips. Here your knees can be bent. No need to worry if those don't come all the way towards the mat. Even you can place pillows or yoga blocks underneath your knees if you need extra support. Breathe. With every inhale, ground yourself, and with every exhale, fold a little bit more. Relax your facial muscles, shoulders, neck, and back. Just be there where it feels comfortable. We will stay here a little bit longer. Gentle breathing. Just ease in through the pose. Great hip opener posture for your stored emotions. Now slowly unwind, come back up inch by inch. You can use your hands to help the knees come back up. Now bring your feet a little bit closer towards you, your feet flat to the ground. We are going to bring our left hand to the outside of your right leg, right fingertips behind you. This is just a really easy seated twist. So pull the right shoulder back. 3 breaths. And release. And over to the other side. So left fingertips back, right hand to the outer edge of your left thigh and breathe. 3 breaths again. Come back to the center. Now we are going to lower all the way down to our back now. Keep your feet flat to the ground, knees are bent. Now we will come into a reclined pigeon pose. So get as comfortable as you can here. You are going to cross your right ankle over the top of your left thigh. Keep that foot flexed and feel that right knee pressing away from you. So maybe this is enough if you are already feeling a pretty good stretch into your right hip. Otherwise, you can reach with your arms and catch a hold either behind the back of the thigh or towards the front of the shin as you pull your left knee in towards you. Let's stay a full minute here. It's a very good posture for our hip mobility. Remember to relax your facial muscle, your jaw, your shoulders, and the back of your neck. Don't forget to soften your forehead. Last 5 breaths. Now softly release. We are gonna unwrap the legs and move to the other side. So left ankle crosses over the top of your right thigh. Keep that foot flexed. So you can hold like that, or you can reach through your arms and pull the right thigh a little closer to you. And breathe. Hold the pose just like before. And don't forget to breathe. Last 5 breaths. And carefully release. We will do one last pose before coming into our Shavasana. It's very similar to the standing side bend that we did at the beginning of our practice, but we are just doing it lying down on our backs. So your feet flat to the ground. You are gonna press the feet down, lift the hips up and move them over towards the right side of your mat. And then bring your shoulders over the left. So you wanna make a half moon or banana shape with your body. So the ankles and the feet will go over to the left so that you are making that nice little angle here. To deepen this stretch, you can reach the arms up overhead, holding onto the elbows, and you can just cross your right ankle over the top of your left. So here try to avoid the right hip completely lifting off the mat. As much as possible, try to press it down. Both shoulder blades grounded on the floor. You should feel this from the top of your shoulder all the way down to the side body and down into your hip. You might feel all the way down the leg as well. Breathe and stay here. If you are crossing out the ankles, uncross them and bend the knees again. Let's move to the other side. So you are just bringing your hips all the way over to the left side while your shoulders and upper body go to the right and sliding the feet down over to the right as well. You can keep the interlace of the elbows and maybe cross the left ankle over the right. Try to keep that left hip pressing down to the floor as much as possible. It will probably lift an inch or two, which is totally fine. Relax and breathe. Don't forget to breathe. Now slowly come out of the pose. Slide your arms beside your body, uncrossing the ankles. We are gonna ease our way into the Shavasana, our final resting pose. Send your feet to the corners of your mat. Hands are a little bit farther away from your body, palms facing up. Let yourself relax on your mat and observe the subtle shifts that have occurred after the movements today. Paying close attention to the thoughts, the things you tell to yourself. And now let's begin to work through the body from the crown of our head to the root of our body, the feet. Let's begin to soften our forehead, keeping our eyes closed. Soften your jaw, allowing the chin to naturally fall. Softening the back of the neck, drawing the breath into the chest. Inhale and exhale. Breathe, allowing the arms to be heavy, hands to be heavy. Drawing the breath into the belly. And as you exhale, softening your mid-back and low back. Breathe in fully, breathe out fully. Soften your hips, soften your glutes, your inner thigh. Soften your knees and allow your feet to be heavy. Soften your toes and relax in this moment. Shavasana is the most important practice of any yoga flow. It's necessary to be here after a long yoga practice. You can stay in your Shavasana as long as you want. Now we will gently begin to wake up the body by wiggling the fingers and toes, moving the head side to side, maybe bending the knees, rolling over towards your right. Let's pause here. Take a full inhale and exhale. Then press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Let's bring our hands to the heart center and let's bow down with gratitude to ourselves. Thank you so much for joining. May you celebrate every full moon with love and joy. And may you let go of the things which no longer serve you. Take care, guys. Namaste.